Hello guys, welcome back to my channel in English Academy. Guys, please like, share, follow, comment and subscribe the channel. Guys, if you have subscribed the channel, now we come on the topic, the poem Enterprise, which was written by the major poet of Indo-Anglican poetry. Guys, first of all, we must know about the poet Nishchim Ezekiel and a little introduction of the poem Enterprise. So, guys, let's start now. Guys, Nishchim Ezekiel is a major poet of Indo-Anglican poetry, and he occupies a very significant position in Indo-Anglican literature. He was born in Bombay in 1924 and he got his education at Antonio de Souza High School, Wilson College, Bombay, and later on at Birkbeck College, London. He is a Jew by birth is, but is settled in Bombay. He gets his surname Ezekiel from a Hebrew prophet of 16th century BC who prophesied the destruction of Jerusalem and the Jewish nations and the future restorations of the Jewish state. Guys, Nissim Ezekiel worked as a reader in American literature and later on as a professor of English at the University of Bombay. Guys, he was a visiting professor at Leeds University and he was an invitee of the US government under its international visitors programs. He was a cultural award visitor to Australia and he was director of theatre units Bombay. Guys, he was in England for 4 years from 1948 to 1952 and he is a very widely traveled professor and has been abroad many times on a number of assignments. He had been to America on a lecture tour and there recited his own poems at many universities. Guys, he edited many literary journals like Quest, Poetry, India, Imprint, Poetry Page of Illustrated Weekly of India, and the Indian Pen, Bombay. Guys, his poems were published in very prestigious journals like Encounter, Next London Magazine, The Spectator, and Illustrated Weekly of India. Guys, he has been a member of Lalit Kala Academy and the Sahit Academy. In England, philosophy, poverty, and poetry shared his basement room, but now he is quite well off. He is married and has 3 children. Today he enjoys great popularity as a poet who writes in English. Guys, he inspired other Indian poets also to write in English. Hence, he has not only been a good poet himself but also a coach of good poetry in others. Though he is primarily a poet, he has been an eminent critic, dramatist, a successful editor, reviewer, and a translator. Guys, A.K. Ramanujan has most important works which are as follows: A Times to Change and Other Poems, which was published in 1952. 60 Poems, which was published in 1953. Next, the third, which was published in 1959. And most important works of his that The Unfinished Man, which was published in 1960. And next, the exact name, which was published in 1965. Hymen in Darkness, 1976. Translation from Marathi of Indra Sent. Guys, now we will discuss the introduction of the poem Enterprise. Guys, Enterprise, one of the most popular lyrics of Nissim Ezekiel. It was published in The Unfinished Man in 1960. Guys, in this poem, the poet describes a situation is examined with ironic detachment in the hope that it would offer release. This seldom happens, but men persist in the exercise. Guys, Ezekiel has said, scores of my poems are obviously written for personal therapeutic purpose. The poem Enterprise is one such example. Therapeutic means something having healing power. Thus, Ezekiel's poems Enterprise serves a cathartic purpose. Sorry. Thus, Ezekiel's poems Enterprise serves a cathartic purpose, and he generalizes his own feelings of frustrations, loss, and dep- deprivations in the world. Then he widens the scopes and says that such frustrations and failures are commonly experienced by almost every person. In this one, a group of people undertakes a pilgrims moved by noble aspirations, but it ends in failure and results in frustrations. This is a common thing with all human attempts at some noble achievements. These city peoples have high hopes and ideals. They don't mind the heavy burdens. They feel sure that their struggles will be crowned with great success and heroic achievement. In the second stage of their journey, the pilgrims have to face great difficulties, but their determination makes light of these problems. They face natural forces which are too difficult to be surrounded. They have a deep passion for some heroic achievement, but the sun beat down too much our rage. Guys, the hot sun is a symbol of hostile nature and however hope for future sustains them. Pilgrims continue their journey. The pilgrims stand the dangers well and ably face the difficulties. They have a quest for conquest. They take notes of things around them, of the things bought and sold by the peasants. They note down the ways of serpents and gods. They travel across the three cities where a sage had taught. Then difference opinion cropped up upon them over small matters like how to cross a desert path. One of the pilgrims, who is master of stylish purpose, deserts them, and such discords are common, but the pilgrims carry on with their onward journey. Difference of opinion divided them into opposing groups. They lost the way, and that is ignored the purpose of undertaking the pilgrimage. A section of the pilgrims wants liberty to quiet. The poet says that he prayed to God to guide and bless him. Their leader declares that he has smelt the sea and they have reached a point where there is no hope for future and they should beat a retreat. Guys, at the end of the poem, even then they continue their journey but they notice nothing. They think their journey to be hopeless. Some of them are disappointed, others are filled with a sense of defeat. A few of them are broken in spirit and a few others are bent down physically. They don't have even the common needs like shop. They don't care for the thunder or for its meaning. Finally, they reach the place but forget the purpose of their pilgrimage. They hardly know why they are there. All of them have darkened face and they feel that their adventurous pilgrims was neither great nor rare. They suffer from disillusionment. They think that their efforts has been they think that their efforts has been an exercise in futility. Guys, the last line of the poem, home is where we have together grace, is very significant. Home means that the home in which we live or the city where life has to be lived. This is Ezekiel's message conveyed in very simple language.